the lance is brandished at the eyes of ignorance. Sweet Swan of Avon. What a sight it were to see the inner waters yet appear, and make those flights upon the banks of the Thames that so did take Eliza and our James. All right, Sweet Swan of Avon. Maybe you have to be sort of steeped in these guys for a couple months. I think it was Cygnus made me catch it, probably. It just had the same look to me. I knew. Look, I've said it before, I'll say it again. I believe Wa was partially right. I believe that was part of... I know Ben knew that Hampton Court was Ivana. Because if it frustrated Camden, you could tell it did, he would have said it. Ben would have known that it was called Ivana and would have liked the whole thing better because it had a second meaning. But I never believed that would be the only meaning, because everything Ben does has something obvious that if you pay enough attention, remember the contract, be silent, basically pay attention, make up your own mind, and he'll give you what you need. And he always has. Sweet Swan Avon. It's just V's. That's all it is. It's V's. Upside down and right side up V's. I think it probably takes being steeped in this stuff for a little bit longer and looking at the way they write, right? Their type and how they use it. Like I'll say, oh, there's a lot of double V's here. They use their type in very specific ways. And they're thinking and looking at and talking about and reading about all this Roman crap. And if you look at that stuff, kind of everything is made, not everything, but close to everything, with like a V shape, right? An S is boom, boom, boom. Well, think of Will. You've got two double V's in the W, an I, and then two more V's. It's not quite as pretty as Sweet Swan of Avon. I mean, sweet is kind of incidental, but it's pretty because you've got VVEE, Swan, S, VV, upside down V, and right side up V. Because N is upside down V, right side up V. And Avon is just upside down, right side up, O, upside down, right side up. It's just V, V, O, V, V. That's what it is. It took me a while, but I felt from the beginning it was like screaming out at me. That's what it is. 1:33 p.m. Saturday, August 2nd. There's a lot going on outside. Don't care. I just said I was going to take a break. I did. I figured it out. I didn't need to do an anagram to do it either. Reading all this made me think of it. I figured it out. Cygnus, Sweet Swan of Avon. I figured it out. You're like, okay, get to it. I don't know how to say it. It's SVV, upside down V, straight V. Avon is, it's an upside down V, a right side up V, an O, then an upside down V, and a right side up V. That's what it is. It's the shapes of the letter. AV. N is it is actually an upside down V and a right side up V, and then another upside down V and another right side up V. Sweet is just anytime at this point they don't care about the R. The R is too hard to get. You have started to be able to see that much. And a VEVE, to them, if they're playing, you know what I mean? Anytime they can get that, they like it. Avon is just this perfect thing. It really is. It's just perfect looking. With the circle in the middle. Like a little sphere. It just looks like V is what it is. That's what it is. That's what it is. Cygnus. It's not saying the place. It's saying de Vere. Now what do I do about it? You know what I do about it? I'm going to listen to a lot of loud music. Then I'm going to hate. I'm going to walk around with no place to go to get away from my apartment. Anyway, okay. I figured this out. That's definitely it. It just took time for me to be able to, because I did as soon as I looked at them like letters, capital letters, I did think, well, I can separate the W's, of course. I didn't think the S's were anything. I don't think they are. They're not. They just don't matter. And the reason I thought that they weren't anything I had to worry about was because they were written as S's. As if to say, no, that's not a variable almost. And what did I say? I don't know anything about this stuff. I knew nothing about it. But I said, it has a feeling to me. Third major, I'll say, it's the third that comes to me as I've been thinking about early on, just saying, I feel like I know him, I do. We speak each other's language somehow across, just like with Jane Austen. It's weird, but we do. I spoke his language, but we needed an interpreter in some ways, so he couldn't do it, so I had to do it. And I did it. I don't think I'm done, but that was kind of a big one. I just heard pop, pop, pop on the mic. So I was going to say talked for nothing. You know what? Anything I say as I sit here looking at V, I think I'm allowed to say at Svivis. Yeah. It looks very pretty. Very pretty indeed.